So today we are doing something different again. It's been a little bit of time since we've done this format, so may or may not be a lot of fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a pyramid style workout. So we're going to start with 2 movements. We're going to do 50 seconds of the first movement, 10 seconds of the second, and then 40 seconds of the first, 20 seconds of the second, and then 30 seconds of the first and 30 seconds of the second. So we're only going down to 30 seconds today, and then we have 12 movements that we're going to be working through. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the demos here. So first 2 movements today, we're going to do a squat and then a push-up. So we're going to squat, so we're going to have our feet hip width apart, letting those knees track past the second toe, coming down as far as we can without that form breaking with the back, keeping that chest open. So we're going to do 50 seconds of squats, and then we'll get down on the ground for some push-ups. So either from the hands and toes or the hands and knees, but whichever one we're doing, we want that core nice and tight, back flat, pushing down and pushing back up. So making sure those elbows are staying nice and tight, about 45-degree angles, and then pushing back up. We want to feel that in the chest, a little bit in the shoulders. So that's going to be our first circuit, is going to be those 2 movements. So again, 50, 10, 40, 20, 30, 30. And then we're going to do some reverse lunges and bent over eyes. So reverse lunges, starting in the top of our space, alternating one leg back, knee over the second toe, push the ground away, and then the other foot. So alternating between these. And then for the bent over eyes, we're going to tuck our pelvis. So butt to belly button, core is tight. Push the hips back like we're closing a door behind us. Lift those arms above head and back down. So we're making an I. So from this angle, our arms are down, straight overhead. So we want the squeezing the orange between the shoulder blades, ears away from the shoulders, all that good stuff. So that's going to be our second circuit. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and do an alternating curtsy lunge. I know we did these this morning, but lots of glute work, never a bad idea to do curtsy lunges. So what we're going to do is we're stepping back, diagonal across, headlights on the hips, blind the camera, come down, and then to the other side, and alternating that way, pushing through heel, big toe, little toe. So we're going to do curtsy lunges with bent over T's. So same position, tuck the pelvis, core tight, close the door. Arms are coming straight out to the side this time. So we're making a T. We want to drive the elbows up, pinkies towards the ceiling, so our palms are behind us and back down. That one is really good for posture, working on our rear delts. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and get on the ground, and we're going to do glute bridges with glute bridge marches. So glute bridges, feet hip width apart, keeping that core nice and tight, pushing those hips up until we got one straight line from the knees, hips, and shoulders, back down, touching down ever so lightly and straight back up. So we really want to feel that in the glutes. And then we're going to march. So driving one knee up at a time, holding the glute bridge at the top, pulling those knees in with our core. So that is 4th circuit today. And then we're going to move into a little bit more cardio stuff for the last 4, or really only half of them are more cardio. So first thing we're going to do is a triple switch into a single leg Romanian deadlift. So we're going to have one knee up, one hand. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to extend, push the hips back, keeping our headlights blind on the floor, back up, pushing through the ground. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And back down. So that is the triple switch into single leg Romanian deadlifts. And with that, we're going to march. So we're going to march for the other time here, opposite arm, opposite leg, getting those knees up, keeping that core tight. And then finally, we're going to do some 2-inch runs in place. So for this, we want a slight bend in the knee, slight bend in the hips, and we're going to run in place. So lightly bringing those toes away from the floor, alternating. So it's quick feet, slow hands. And then we're going to go ahead and march again. So for these ones, for the other ones, if you want to skip, feel free to skip. You can do a skip or a march for both of them. You can do like every other one, whatever feels good for you today. I'm giving y'all that option. I'm for sure going to march, but if you'd like to skip, go ahead and skip. So that's going to be our whole workout for today. So we're going to go ahead and come to the top of our space for our warm up. We're gonna do world's greatest stretch. So we're gonna go ahead, interlace our fingers, grab onto the left knee, pull towards the chest. Nice big deep breath. And we're gonna exhale, step back into a reverse lunge, hands on the inside of the front foot. Keeping that back leg nice and straight. We're gonna take a nice big deep breath. And we're gonna exhale, open up towards the left leg, gazing past our thumb, keeping that back leg straight still. Nice big deep breath. And exhale, plant the hand outside of the front foot. Push ourselves up into our hamstring stretch. Nice big deep breath. And we're gonna exhale and bring our feet together, push the ground away and stand on up. Awesome. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So interlace the fingers, grab onto the left knee, pull towards the chest. Nice big deep breath. And we're gonna exhale, step back into our reverse lunge, hands on the inside of the front foot. Keeping that back leg nice and straight, nice big deep breath. And exhale, open up towards the front leg, gaze past the thumb. Nice rotation through the spine, nice big deep breath. And exhale, plant the hand outside of the front foot, push ourselves up into our hamstring stretch. And we're gonna go ahead and exhale, bring our feet together, push the ground away and stand on up. All right, next part of our warm-up, what we're gonna do is some reverse lunge with rotation. So this is gonna help warm up the core and the legs a little bit more, getting ready for all of our different types of movements today. So staying in the front of our space, we're gonna go ahead and step back into our reverse lunge, and then we're gonna rotate towards the front knee, rotate back, push the ground away, stand back up. So stepping back, trying to not step super far, trying to get our shoulders parallel with our leg, with our thigh here. So we're gonna do that a few times on each side, coming down, rotating as far as we can, opening up the spine, and also trying to rotate back before we stand up. We're gonna do one more each side, stepping back, rotating, and last one, back, rotating, and standing on up. All right, so we are ready to rock and roll. So again, pyramid style, 50, 10, 40, 20, 30, 30. Getting the timer going. We're doing 50 seconds of squats. Getting ready here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So feet hip width apart, bringing those hips down, push the ground away, stand back up. So really making sure as we stand up, our hips are not coming super far forward. We're keeping those hips underneath the shoulders and right above our feet. Oh my goodness, brain is not functioning today. We're doing good. Keeping that chest open, still squeezing the orange between our shoulder blades. Knees past the second toe. We're gonna go right into our push-ups after this. And then we're gonna go right into the squats after the push-ups. So it's gonna be a quick turnaround this time. And then we'll have a little bit more time next time. 3, 2, 1. Okay, on the ground. I'm still going on the knees here. Keeping those elbows nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. Right back into our squats. So, like I said, quick turnaround for the first one, but this one we got 40, 20. So we're only doing 40 seconds of squats, making sure we can go as fast or slow as we can. I just want to make sure everyone has good form, right? So sometimes when we go really quick, we lose the form. We don't get the proper intent in our muscle groups. That's what I want us to focus on. Where are we feeling it? Where are we pushing through the ground? All of that. Finishing strong here. 3, 2, 1. All right, straight into push-ups, 20 seconds. And then we got one more round, 30 seconds of each. And then we're gonna move on to reverse lunges and bent over eyes. So core is nice and tight, pelvis tucked. 3, 2, 1. All right, last round of this one, then we're moving on. So we're back to our squats. You can always, if you want to make this more challenging, Feel free to move slower through the lowering portion, stand up slower, you can add weight, anything like that. So again, you have the power to make this as hard as you need to. 3, 2, 1. All right, push-ups, last round. And then we're standing up. We have reverse lunges and bent over eyes. Keeping our shoulder blades, squeezing that orange still. Push the ground away with our hands. Keeping those hands directly under the shoulders. Elbows nice and tight. 3, 2, 1. Goodness, all right. Reverse lunges. So we're alternating, stepping back, knee over the second toe, making sure we're pressing through the heel, big toe and little toe. It's gonna help us really get that glute engagement we want, really driving through the heels, activates those glutes. So it's all about where our feet and how our feet are in contact with the ground, kind of determines how we're gonna feel those movements. So we got 50 seconds, and then we're gonna do 10 seconds of bent over eyes. So at least this time, we're not going up and down. Keeping that core tight, chest over the arch of the front foot. Finishing, we're pushing here. 3, 2, 1. All right, push those hips back, keep that core tight. Sink into our hips, press the heels in the ground. 3, 2, 1. Right back to reverse lunges. We're coming back again, making sure too that we are, if we step super far back, right now all I feel is in my back leg, and then you end up pushing off the back leg. So I want to make sure we're stepping at a good distance away from the front leg to really help us feel the movement in that front glute. We need to stand up a little bit slower. Sometimes if I'm not feeling it in my glutes like I want to, I move up a little bit slower, lifting that back leg. 3, 2, 1. All right, bent over eyes again. So keeping that core tight. Again, driving those heels into the ground, squeezing through the shoulders, thumbs towards the ceiling. Nice shoulder workout here. 3, 2, 1. All right, last round, we got 30, 30. And then we're moving into our curtsy lunges and our bent over tees. So the bent over tees is going to be same positioning as the eyes, but of course, going out to the side instead of straight above head. Finish strong with these lunges. Lots of lunges today. 3, 2, 1. All right, last round of eyes. We're locked in. Keeping that core tight. Squeezing the orange between the shoulder blades. Keeping our upper back flat and our low back nice and flat. Sink into those hips. Breathe in as we lift those arms up. Great job. Getting ready for curtsy lunges. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we got back, diagonal, and across. Headlights on the hips. So when we step over, sometimes it's I see it all the time, those headlights are kind of facing at a diagonal. We're going to turn those hips forward, facing forward, then come down. That's what really, again, the intent, engagement, what muscle are we trying to work here? We're working our legs, of course, but it is a glute hamstring focus, not necessarily a quad focus. So we have that chest over the arch of the front foot. Great job. Pushing the ground away. It's definitely a lower body focus workout, but that's okay. 3, 2, 1. Bent over tees. So same dealio, but elbows coming out. 3, 2, 1. Right, curtsy lunges again. I think hindsight after doing this and realizing it is definitely the lower body heavy. Definitely should have switched these around a little bit. That's okay. But also maybe next time we'll do 50, 10, 30, 30, 50, 10, or 40, 20, 30, 30, 40, 20, or 20, 40. Well, I'll play around with that for us next time. All right, pushing through that front foot, heel, big toe, little toe. Great job. 3, 2, 1. Same thing, keeping our shoulder blades pinned together, so we're squeezing that orange. So when we come out from like this angle, my shoulder blades aren't popping out. Sometimes I see where the shoulder blades are all doing some things where they're winging out. Want to keep them in. 3, 2, 1. All right. One more thing of curtsy lunges. 30, 30. Then we got one more of tees. And then we're on the ground for glute bridges and glute bridge marches. And then we only got 2 more circuits. And we'll cool down and be done. 3, 2, 1. All right. So we are driving those elbows. You might notice, I just noticed that for myself. We want to make sure that that chest is not past the hips. This is going to really put pressure on the low back. So if we feel that reset, push the hips back, but keep that chest a little bit higher than the hips. Drive those elbows up. We're getting on the ground here in 3, 2, 1. All right, we got glute bridges first. So feet stay hip width apart, making sure we're driving through the heel, big toe, little toe, feeling those glutes squeeze. If you're not sure if your glutes are really squeezing, we're not feeling it where we should be. Sometimes we need to move those feet further out. I do find that if the feet are too close, we're going to feel that in the quads. So I want to make sure those feet are far enough away from the glutes so that we feel it there. Keeping that core tight, the pelvis is tucked the whole time. Great job. Push through those heels. We're going to march here in 3, 2, 1. So one leg at a time. Keep those feet hip width apart still. If the right knee is coming up, that left glute is engaged. 3, 2, 1. All right. 40, 20. 40 seconds of glute bridges. 20 seconds of marching. And then we're going to go to 30, 30. And again, you can always make this harder. Hold for the top of that squeeze for a second or two, right back into the next one. So another way to kind of keep those glutes engaged is when we come down. Right now, I'm not letting go of my pelvis, so my glutes are still squeezed, coming right back up. So keeping that going. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna march, pulling the knees up. We got a zipper. We're zipping the core up. We got a string tied to the foot at the end. So when we zip the core up, the leg follows. Otherwise, we tend to feel that in the hips. 3, 2, 1. All right, last round here. We got 30, 30. And then we're back at the standing position. I was gonna say at the top. We're gonna be on the top of the bottom of our feet. And we're gonna do a triple switch into single leg Romanian deadlift. We're also gonna march or skip. And then we'll do some 2-inch runs in place and also some marching or skipping. 3, 2, 1. All right, we are marching for the last time. We got 30 seconds. Again, zipper here, zip the core up. Want to kind of feel that as we exhale, bringing those knees up, using the core. Keep those glutes engaged. So when my right knee comes up, that left glute is squeezed. And same goes for the other side. Definitely a lot to think about with the glutes and the core. All right, we're standing up in 3, 2, 1. All right, triple switch, single leg Romanian deadlift. So we got 1, 2, 3. Keep that balance. Push the hips back. Keep that core nice and tight. Push the ground away. 1, 2, 3. Same thing. So also, again, making sure our chest is not going below those hips. That's what then is going to put our low back into a position that we do not want to be in. So sink into our hip, push the hips back, right back into it. 3, pushing those hips back. Definitely takes a lot of stability, so it does help if you are barefoot or wearing flat shoes. 3, 2, 1. So again, either marching or we're double tapping at the bottom and skipping. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so same thing. 1, 2, 3. Sink into our hip. So it helps if you bend that knee, push the hips back, and then go into that single leg Romanian deadlift. And if you know that's just not it for you today, not happening, no problem. Set your foot down, toes in line with the arch of the other foot. So it's there for support, but we're only using one leg at a time. So we can always kickstand. So right now my left foot is doing all the work. My right foot is just there for stability. Great job. Finishing strong. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to march or skip, but we're punching through the ground, staying on those toes, keeping that core tight, driving those knees up, use the core. We got one more 30-30. We got 2-inch runs in place. 3, 2, 1. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Push the hips back. 1, 2, 3. I also realized that it was Cinco de Mayo. I knew it was, and then I forgot, and then I remembered 5 minutes before class started that I could have done a theme. So I apologize for that one. Definitely was not in that mindset. When I made this 3, 2, 1, we're gonna march it out, or you can skip for this one. Again, whatever feels good. Starting to feel a little not so nice in my hamstring right now, so I'm not gonna skip. But if you have any themed ideas coming up for the rest of May, let me know. I will incorporate it. I know Joan already gave me an idea for another name for an exercise we all love. I just need some themes. All right, 2-inch run in place. 3, 2, 1. So slight bend in the knees, slight bend in the hips, on the toes, slightly moving those feet, quick feet, slow arms. It's like we're ducks on water from the waist up. It doesn't look like we're doing much, but from the waist down, we're swimming away. We're doing all the work. Legs are doing the work here. It's a leg focused workout. Again, did not realize that until we started doing it. Sometimes it takes me doing the movements to realize how tough I may have accidentally made it. So we're finishing strong with this first one. We got 50-10, 40-20, 30-30. Getting ready for, again, march or skip. 3, 2, 1. So whatever feels good. Or this one, we can always just shake the legs out. 3, 2, 1. All right, 40 seconds again. So remember, hip slightly back, slight bend in the knee. We don't want to be super straight up. Right? It's really hard to move that fast if we're not bent at the knees. So the closer our center of mass is to the ground, the better our stability, our balance, all of that is going to be. So running in place, moving around, slow arms, quick feet. My arms are going to move too fast. Goodness. Okay. Hamstring. Ooh, not feeling so good. Okay. That's good. Quick feet, slow arms. 3, 2, 1. So we're going to march it out. We got one more. 30-30, and then we're gonna cool down. Probably gonna do a little bit of hamstring there for me maybe, or I'll do that when we're done. 3, 2, 1. All right, last round here. Finish strong, quick feet. Quick as our feet have moved this time through. We're pushing, finish strong here. Keep going. We got more in us. I want us to finish really strong. Try to not take any breaks. It's only 30 seconds. We got this. We can do anything for 30 seconds. Quick, 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 quick. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna march it out. We'll do, or you can skip if you're not as out of breath as I am, you can definitely skip. Or I can challenge you to skip and talk at the same time. Then maybe you might be as out of breath as I am. All right, 3, 2, 1, and we are done with today's circuit. Nice job, everyone. Grab a sip of water if you need it, and we're gonna go ahead and make our way onto our hands and our knees for our cool down. And we're gonna do some quad rocks here with that nice adductor stretch. We did a lot of lower body stuff, so it's gonna help us kind of open things up here. So I'm gonna start with my right foot straight out to the side like a kickstand. Keep that pinky toe on the ground. Core is nice and tight. We're gonna inhale, rock back. And exhale, coming up. Inhale, rock back. And exhale, coming forward. 2 more, rocking back. And forward. And 1 more, coming back. And exhaling forward. All right, nice job. We're gonna go ahead and do that same thing on the other side. So keep that pinky toe on the ground. We're gonna inhale, rock back. And exhale, coming forward. Inhaling, rocking back. And exhaling, coming forward. And rocking back. And forward. And last one, coming back. And exhaling forward. Nice job. Let's go ahead and make our way onto our back. And we're gonna do a little bit of bent knee hamstring, and then we're gonna be done for the day. So helping us release our hamstrings might be selfish, but we did also do a lot of bent over stuff. And I know this morning we did a lot of bent over things. So we're gonna take our fingers, interlace behind the knee. We're gonna flex our foot. We're gonna drive that heel towards the ceiling, squeeze the quad, and release. Coming up to the ceiling, squeeze the quad. And exhale, release. We're gonna do 2 more, squeezing and coming up. And release. And last one, squeeze the quad, coming up. And exhale and release. Now we can go ahead and straighten that leg. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So interlace the fingers behind the knee, flex the foot, heel towards the ceiling, squeeze the quad, come up. And exhaling, release. Squeeze the quad, coming up. And exhaling and release. Squeezing and raising. Almost said releasing. And release. And last one, squeeze the quad, come up. And exhaling, coming back down. Planting that foot. And feel free, you can keep on laying down on the ground. That is going to be all the time I have for this week's exercise with Exos. So again, we did something a little different. We have not done a pyramid in a long time. Next time, I'm definitely going to switch that up, make it a little bit more upper body focused. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We do have, again, full schedule. You can find that on SharePoint. We added a new class last month, so definitely check that out. We got core strength and meditation with Beth, 4 p.m. on Wednesdays. So definitely join that for a little bit of mental health, reflection, release, all of that. And then again, we got Design to Run coming up at the end of the month. So virtual race from the 20th to the 31st. And then we got our in-person race at Interfell headquarters here, the 26th of this month. It's a Thursday. Come out. We got a barbecue going on. If you want to help out, let me know. If you're not really interested in running, not a problem. It's going to be a good time to connect. It's going to be a fun event. So please join us. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see y'all soon.